What are we saying for Bourne?
I don't think he's that cool. Takes a pounding, but he doesn't stop. He gets stabbed, he gets shot.
He constantly dies. Enough talking. Give me a number. You know why you're here.
Today, it's Reacher versus Bourne.
That's so overly dramatic. One is a 6'5" slab of military justice.
The other is a 5'10" blur of amnesia and shaky cam. Let battle commence.
Mate, that is too much. So if you like watching fictional heroes with severe trust issues wrestle each other, hit subscribe.
The rules are the same as ever. We'll do a few rounds and see who comes out on top.
It's time for a skill set showdown. I have to say it's slow. It's too hard to say. It's basically top trumps or violent top trumps.
All top trumps are violent if you're from Bristol.
Nice. I've got Reacher's card. We did that last episode. If you haven't seen the last episode where Reacher takes on John Wick, go back and watch it now. McG is going to fill in Bourne's card as we go. At the end, we'll see who comes out on top and who doesn't really know why they're there at all.
First category, combat skill.
So as we know from the previous episode, I gave Reacher a 95. What are you giving Bourne?
His combat skill is incredible and he takes on several people at once.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he's better than... I might go 94.
Also takes a bit of a beating on occasion.
Yeah.
94.
I'm going to go 94.
Tactical intelligence is next. Last episode, I gave Reacher a 95. I'm sticking with it. What you got for Bourne?
I think Bourne's got a 98. The way he manages the situation, the way he assesses the situation, the way he is like a ghost and he's almost completely invisible.
Do we ever see Bourne? He only ever does it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does, and he's like an assassin spy. So he's got the know-how of all the little bits of kit. He plugs something into someone's phone and then he's tapped the phones and I think, yeah.
Bourne gets a 98.
98.
Durability is next. I think I gave Reacher 99.
Yeah, 99.
Okay, what's Bourne getting?
Oh, it's in the 90s, but he takes a pounding, but he doesn't stop. He gets stabbed, he gets shot.
He constantly dies. He's like floating in water for 3 years and then comes back. He's pretty durable.
I think it's 99.
It's a draw on that one. Cool factor. I think I'm trying not to be biased, and I think I looked at this quite objectively, and I gave Reacher an 80, I think I'm going to say. What are we saying for Bourne?
I don't think he's that cool.
No.
I think he is stressed. He gets the headaches. He's not there. He's not relaxed. He's constantly looking over his shoulder. I reckon he's much more like a 50.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I'm sort of saying that he's constantly worked up, and that's not a cool person. That's like... So it's not just about being cool, looking cool. It's like in himself, he's like constantly on edge. So I'm going to give him a 50.
I like it. Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Bourne. Don't come for me.
Moral code, which is one of Reacher's strongest categories. I think I gave him a 99 because I don't believe you can have 100 because every human is flawed. What are you giving Bourne? This is a tough one to judge, I think.
I think Bourne, again, the Bourne that we see, certainly in the first couple of films, his moral code is high because of he doesn't know who he is and he's been broken down. So he's a victim of it. But I think he's more just a normal person's moral code. But it is his moral code that starts the whole thing off in the very first one because he's going to assassinate the guy and his kid's there. And he's like, I can't do it because his kid's there.
Enough talking. Give me a number.
75.
75, that's lower than I thought it would be. Okay, 75, I like it. The bonus round for this is excellent. The bonus round for Jason Bourne is we've gone for memory retention. Reacher's memory is excellent. He remembers a lot of things, and even if sometimes he'll forget during the course of an investigation, it will always come back to him. Again, I don't think you can give 100 on this because every human is flawed. I'm going to go high. I'm going to go 95.
Jason Bourne's memory is patchy at best, not necessarily through his own fault, but I'm thinking like 20. Yeah, like the guy's a mess. Like his brain's not braining properly and is so deep, but then his retention of his skills at fighting and stuff is embedded in his muscle memory.
Yeah. So there's that one scene where he's sleeping on the bench and he doesn't know that he can fight the way he can. And the two police, they come up to him. That's brilliant because that's just in there.
Yeah. And then
but he doesn't know that he can do it. It's great.
It's almost like when Jackie Chan fights where he's like kind of like always really freaked out. He's beating everyone up around him, but he's looking like it's a complete mistake. Well, maybe 20 is a bit. 50. I'm going to give him 50.
Okay. Some of those rounds are pretty close. Some of them not very close at all.
So who's the winner for you? Drop your answer in the comments and we will discuss.
I can't separate these two in this segment. Brains versus instinct, I think they both function at an incredibly high level with both. Reacher will always go in with a plan. If part of the plan has to change, he will do it incredibly quickly, on the fly. The brains, very good. The instinct, very good. But the same applies to Bourne. In fact, if anything, Bourne works on the fly even better than Reacher.
I think Bourne is almost totally instinct, certainly in the first film, because he doesn't know who he is and he's doing all these things. So I'd say that's pure lizard brain. That's just pure instinct. But also his instinct is planning. So I couldn't separate the two on this.
I don't think you can. I think you have to say this is a draw. Both use brains and instinct to an incredibly high level. They can't be separated.
No, fair enough. Brains and instinct level. Nice one, boys.
We've talked about it before. Reacher's moral compass, almost crippling for him at times, almost gets him into stuff that actually he should be walking away from. Particularly, we talked about it. Maybe exit strategy wouldn't have even happened in previous years because Reacher would have walked away from it. It's actually his moral compass that keeps him going there. So his moral compass, very, very high. Bourne's, you've put at 50.
No, 75.
75. Okay, talk to me.
So Bourne's is at 75 because of who he's becoming rather than who he was.
Interesting.
Because he was an assassin, but he was brainwashed. So he's programmed. So it's not necessarily his.
But doesn't it take a certain type of person to make that decision in the first place? Reacher's never going to become an assassin. It's just never going to happen.
Well, we're talking nature versus nurture, really, aren't we? Because Bourne was broken down to nothing, and
but
then
he made the decision to become that in the first place.
Yeah, so his morality is not as high as Reach, not as high as so the original Bourne. I'd put pretty low morality because you have to have that to go.
Now we should also say that neither of us has read the Bourne books, so we are basing this totally on the films and our experience of watching the films
and how shaky,
incredibly shaky.
The second one far too shaky. I felt seasick.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm saying it's a lot lower than Reacher. Like Reacher's got him beat because he's always instinctively had that moral compass, whereas Bourne clearly didn't have, or there was something wrong with him at the start to make him want to go into that.
But interestingly, you pointed out that part of the reason he ends up in the sea in the first one in the first place is because of his moral code.
Yeah, but he's still not as good as Reacher because he's come as an assassin, whereas Reacher's come as a policeman and a detective.
There's not many people going to beat Reacher in this round.
No.
So, as ever, we're going to drop our heroes into two environments. One built for Reacher, one built for his opponent, this time Jason Bourne.
So, we're going to put Reacher in a field, wide and open.
Unarmed, one-on-one. Bourne, we're putting in a busy city.
Armed. 10 on 2.
Just the way we like it.
Just the way we likes it.
I've got a couple of examples that I think are good talking points here. You could, in any Bourne, there's a scene where he's in a busy city and makes things happen. In the first one, there's Waterloo Station. Do you remember that? And then in Jason Bourne, the 2016 one, I can't remember what city it is, but there's like a riot going on or a protest or something, and he's got that to deal with. And then I was thinking, well, what examples do we have? By the way, here's an interesting one. Bourne has an open field battle in the first one, doesn't he, with Clive Owens?
With Clive Owens'
character. However, he is weaponized in it, and in our rules, it's one-on-one, unarmed combat in a field. Right, because it comes down. Let's answer that, and then we'll get to my examples of the city in a second. So, one-on-one, in a field, Reacher versus Bourne, who wins? It's Reacher.
I think it's Reacher. I mean, Bourne's has probably already been shot. Do you know what I mean? He's
got 3 gunshot wounds in his back.
And there's a knife sticking out of his leg.
Yeah.
But it's in a main artery, so you can't pull it out. So
it's got to stay in there.
Yeah. But Reacher's, he's bigger, he's going to be stronger. And I dare say their fighting is going to be on par. Like, Reacher's probably less trained by the look of it, yet height advantage, reach advantage, not been stabbed, not been shot, and could probably squeeze him.
And if he has been shot, he's got so much muscle that the bullet has just gone, nah, can't get through. Is that tripwire? It's tripwire, I think. He gets shot in the chest.
I love the way they set that up as well. When a guy sets up, if it's only a 38 caliber bullet, you know, if you've got a really strong chest, it may not even penetrate. Yeah. And then lo and behold, 2/3 of a book later, it happens.
Yeah. Excellent. Reacher wins that for me. Open field, unarmed, one-on-one combat, Reacher wins.
Yeah, and for me.
Okay, drop him in a city. Now, here's my examples. So, as I mentioned, you've got Waterloo in the first one, then 26. He always ends up in a busy city situation, like surveillance everywhere, and always thrives. But I was thinking, how often does that happen for Reacher? Not very often. And then I thought, Never Go Back. New Orleans, they end up in the carnival.
Ah, yes.
And I thought that's an interesting one. And let's tell you, for the sake of argument, let's use, because I know you love his performances, let's use Tom Cruise in the film. In this situation, for you, busy city, Reacher versus Bourne, who wins?
You're talking tiny Tommy Cruise Reacher?
Yes.
Versus Jason Bourne. Tom's fucked. Sorry, Tommy. I really love your work, but Matt Damon, even with a knife in his leg and 3 bullet wounds in his back, he's going to slap you about the place. He's going to see you coming before you even know you're there.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is still working out before the scene has started and Jason Bourne's already won.
Yeah.
That's what's happened.
Yeah.
I think in most scenarios in a busy city, you put Bourne against any version of Reacher, I feel like Bourne is going to come out on top there.
He's invisible, and then he's gonna be up there with a sniper rifle, and he might not take you out, but that's because of his brand new moral code.
Wildcard round, which we always do specifically to Reacher's opponent. This episode it's Jason Bourne, and we've gone with the escape artist because I noticed. I was reading recently, this year, I was reading In Too Deep, and at the beginning of it, Reacher is in captivity. Do you remember?
He wakes up in captivity.
Yes, that's right. And he's got a broken arm, and I think he's handcuffed to a bed. And then I was thinking about Jason Bourne has never needed to escape, but Reacher always escapes. So which one is better? The person that can always escape from captivity, or the person that never gets captured to begin with?
You'd want them both on your team, probably.
I would, certainly.
But then, no, because Jason Bourne in the second one, it's Supremacy.
Supremacy, yeah.
He is detained by...
But by choice. He puts himself in that situation, by choice.
No,
he's not caught.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, no, Jason Bourne, I don't believe is ever caught.
And I can't think of an example. If you can think of an example where Jason Bourne gets caught, let us know. But my feeling is Reacher is like, there's another one where he's captive in the back of a van. In fact, I think it's the second book. I think it's Die Trying, where he's captive in the back of a van, and they end up going to with the FBI agent, and they end up going to the people that want to create their own country within America. I'm pretty sure that's Die Trying, the second book. Anyway, he's captive again in that one. He's captive in Too Deep. He's often in a captive situation. And Bourne, as far as I can think, never is.
And there's that great bit in the Alan Richardson in the TV series, in the first one, where he's captive and they've got him in in cable tie because the cuffs weren't big enough. And then they're going to cut him off for him, and he's just like, undoes them. It's like, yeah, you're not holding this man.
He's like, it's all right, I got it.
Yeah, you're not holding this man. Yeah. Okay, so
which is better, being able to always escape or never being caught in the first place?
I think Bourne gets this. I think Bourne has this because, like you say, if Bourne's captured, it's for a very specific reason. It's so he can go and find some stuff out, and he's always confident. It's like, yeah, you're not going to hold me.
Because here's the other thing. I think even if Bourne was captured, he can get out anytime he wants. But maybe that's why maybe Reacher lets himself get captured, because he so trusts himself to be able to get out of any situation.
Except for the book that you referenced where he wakes up at the start strapped to a table. That's after a car accident, I believe.
Yeah, it is after a car accident.
So he's found himself in that situation rather than put himself there.
Yeah.
But then I love the start of that because you end up thinking, how is he going to get out of this? And then he does, and you're like, oh yeah, like that. I always feel comfortable with Reacher. I feel safe knowing that whatever it is,
he'll be all right.
He's got it. I suppose I get a similar feeling from Bourne that you're just, but his demeanor is he's a bit more sketched out, whereas Reacher is much more like, yeah, get out of it. Yeah, Billy.
I think this is a draw. We've just tallied up who won each round. Jason Bourne didn't win any rounds. He won some subcategories within a round, but overall, according to our calculations, Reacher gets 2 rounds, Jason Bourne gets 0. Reacher versus Bourne. Reacher wins.
Although I just have to add the caveat that a couple of the rounds were a draw. So don't feel bad, Jason, because I know you've probably got a knife in your leg. So maybe go and deal with that. Loser. So there you have it. Debrief complete.
Debrief? I thought you liked boxers.
Good punchline.
Punchline, yeah. Solid work. So if you liked this, next time it is Reacher versus The Punisher. Make sure you subscribe.
The John Bernthal one, not the rubbish one, obviously.
Yeah, see you next time.
Bye-bye now.